you know?
Exactly. And yeah, that's exactly why I wanted to get your thoughts on that. Because yeah, you're a hardcore boxing fan, and now instead of people talking about this mega fight that's supposed to save boxing, as they say it, now people are like their attention have been diverted to all this steroids. Exactly. So do you know if people, like, from what you've been hearing, you think people are buying into it at all, or can they see right through?
Well, I think the people that pay attention to the sport can see through it easily. If they pay attention to what really goes on in the history of the sport, and like no fighter in the history of the sport ever had to go to these demands before. No fighter ever had to take these blood tests like this amount. No fighter ever had to deal with this before. You know, in the history, like Trinidad De La Hoya didn't have to do it. Lewis Tyson didn't have to do it. Manny Pacquiao's 50-something other opponents didn't have to do it. Mayweather's 40 other opponents didn't have to do it. So if you look at the sport, okay, this is some Floyd ducking and dodging tactics, or trying to get into Pacquiao's head, or trying to discredit him. People that pay attention to the sport can see through it. But the mainstream media, when they go, oh, it's a simple test, why won't Manny just take the test? They don't understand that you got to get blood drawn from your body 48 hours before the test, and at will, and how disruptive things can be during the training camp. When who the fuck is Floyd Mayweather? Is he supposed to be the commission? He's not the commission. He's another fighter. So why should the champion Pacquiao have to do whatever Mayweather's people say he has to do? So if I'm Pacquiao, I'm going to say F off to these guys too. But the mainstream media will go, well, if he has nothing to hide, why doesn't he just take the test? It's not just a test. He's willing to take blood right the second he finishes the fight. Right after he fights Mayweather, he's willing to take blood in his locker room. He's willing to take blood 2 other times. He's willing to take urine at will. It's like the man's willing to take 3 blood tests. Now, if that's not good enough, then Manny fight somebody else, or Mayweather go fight somebody else. It's like, what? It's funny, let me tell you something. When this fight was moving forward, supposedly like a month ago, a lot of my friends would go, Ari, Floyd's not going to fight Pac-Man. The way he walked through Cotto shots, he's not going to fight Pac-Man. And I'm going, no, you know what? I think he's painted in a corner. There's all this money on the table. The whole world's watching. I think he has to fight Pac. I think it's going to happen, and it's going to be a good fight. And people go, oh, come on, Ari, he's not going to fight Pacquiao. And then all of a sudden, a couple weeks later, this contract, Pacquiao signed the contract, and we're waiting, okay, what's Floyd's problem? What's Floyd's problem? So I'm wondering, like, why isn't the fight announced yet? So now you start thinking, like, is he really that insecure? Is Floyd really that insecure where he's going to try to hold the fight up and miss the March 13th date because it's too soon, But I don't know what his problem is. And I honestly, Manny Pacquiao is the one who had a broken eardrum from the Cotto fight. So I don't think Mayweather's camp thought that Pacquiao was willing to take the fight on such short notice because he wanted time for his body to heal. But Pacquiao and Roach decided, okay, he'll take a few weeks to heal his eardrum, and then we'll have 6 to 8 weeks in training and we'll be fine. Let's take the fight. So it's just games, more games and more games. I mean, think about it. In the history of Manny's career, did he ever have a problem making a fight?
Yeah, exactly.
He fights everybody. And there has never been a problem ever getting a fight made with Pacquiao. So, now all of a sudden there's this big fight and it's this big fiasco and people want to go, oh, it must be Manny's fault? Come on, you got to be ignorant if you think that.
And I also wanted to let you know that after the recent statement coming from Team Pacquiao with their lawsuit against Floyd, they actually quoted your interview with Floyd when Floyd threw the whole Philippines under the bus when he said that when you were asking him why about Pacquiao's sensational performances against the 2 other fighters Floyd fought, and Floyd said that it only proves that the Philippines had like the best enhancement drugs or something. I mean, you're a respected voice within the hip hop community, a community which Floyd has tried to penetrate. I mean, with his, attempts at I guess being a rapper or associating himself with 50 Cent. If you would speak directly to Floyd, what would you tell him? I mean, he's such a great boxer, and you've established that respect for him, and I think I'm pretty much in the same boat. So I mean, what would you tell Floyd if you had, you know what I mean?
If what about the
yeah, about this whole issue. Like, if you can like speak to Floyd directly.
Well, it's obviously what I would say. I'd say shut the F up and get in the ring and fight the guy. And I would also say it was man to man. I would say, hey Floyd, you're actually a smarter fighter than Pacquiao. He is. You know, and he might be the superior boxer than Pacquiao. Well, Pacquiao has 50 times more heart than this guy, throws more punches, and is aggressive from start to finish. So Pacquiao has the style that could give Mayweather problems. But on the flip side, Floyd has the style that could give Pacquiao problems. So it's not like we're not throwing him in there with a bull. We're throwing him in with a human being that he has a very good chance of possibly beating. And Manny has a chance of beating Floyd too. It's one of them fights that's a pick 'em fight. So stop being a pussy and fight the guy and give the whole world wants to see this fight. And this will generate so much money for boxing and put boxing in the mainstream media again because it's been missing out the mainstream media for years now. So just do it for the sport that made you rich, you know?
Yep. Right on, man. I mean, appreciate your thoughts. And yeah, in parting, do you have any other messages to your fans out there? Would you like to promote anything, any appearances you're going to be doing soon?
I'm just working. I've been writing a lot of stuff right now. In fact, when you called, I'm writing a new verse for Inspector Deck's new album from Wu-Tang. I just wrote a thing for Freddie Fox and Prince Paul. I'm writing. I'm locked in my house right now. The last 2 days is writing and writing. I just
right on.
Something for I've been just working, and then my album. I'm about 10, 11 songs into that, and I'm going to do about 4 or 5 more for the new album, which will be out, first quarter or maybe summertime in 2010. So I'm just working my ass off, and just look out for all my projects I'm working on because I put my heart and soul into it. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I admire you're actually one of my top 3 lyricists of all time. You know what I mean? I definitely admire your work, sir. And
I appreciate it, brother.
And thank you for you know what I mean, sharing your time with us to share us your thoughts about this mega fight.
Cool. And tell them up at the tell T Money to give me a link or whatever when this gets posted up, and I'll put it up on the Facebooks and MySpaces and all of that stuff.
We'll definitely do, sir. All right. Thanks, RA, man. God bless you. Happy holidays.
You too.
All right, bye.